For the time will come. I like that. It wasn't maybe, it was for sure. People are going to have itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth. Verse 4 goes on to say, and they shall be turned. Notice the terminology. They turn and then they get turned. See, the thing is, when we don't stay with our attitude open to the Lord, our heart open to the Lord, the enemy's waiting at the door. And as soon as we get far enough, the window's open far enough, or the door in our life is open far enough, then he comes in and he takes it to the next level. They turned, they decided, no, I'm not sure Timothy's our pastor. He's not the guy that we want to follow. And Paul's like, then they go into what? They get turned, and they get turned into fables. Stories that sound good, but that aren't good. Today we have this weird desire for the pantheon of Greek and Roman gods all over again. You notice that? We've opened our nation for 2 or 3 generations to the New Age movement, and this is what we get. And sometimes, and I'm thinking one guy in particular, sometimes I run into even preachers, and they're telling me, they're going down, not to see Batman, but they're going down to see Thor. And I'm like, do you know who Thor is? And I watched Thor. I saw it just to see what it, I want to see what there's, and I'm like, man, it sucks you in because it's like a superhero, but you don't realize that, you're following something now that has been around for a long, long time. Now, you may just be going to the movies, you may be okay, but you're watching Thor, but Thor's been around. He's been not a Greek god, but a Norwegian, a Scandinavian god for a long, long time. And if we had time to talk about who Thor is, or who Zeus is, and all those different, some of them we looked at, we're talking about the churches in Revelation, but if we had time, you'd see that, wow, these guys are very similar to the offspring of the fallen angels who came down with the children of men in Genesis chapter 6. They're very similar. I mean, they're people, but they're superhuman-like people. They're people with extraordinary powers, but we don't even know our Bible anymore. So we're like, hey, let's go see Thor. And what's the enemy doing? He's just hiding underneath the veneer. And I could just say it's all okay, but for the one here and the one there, it could lead them somewhere very dark and destructive. Most people don't care about anything. You know what I mean? Most people in society don't care about it. They can watch Thor and Zeus and throw in Batman and they can do a lot. And because their heart's not attached to anything, it's not going to necessarily take over instantly. But some people will, whatever they're around, they will be given to. This is why the Bible tells us we have to be careful about what we do. Not that we're not free in all areas. We are. God's given us a great freedom. The truth has set us free. I can eat some things other people can't eat. I can say some things other people can't say. I can practice some things other people can't practice. But when I'm around those people, I am not allowed to do that. Something in me has to say, wait a minute, Joe over here doesn't eat what I eat, so don't bring him over for dinner and feed that to him. Today the church says, oh, Joe, just get over it, man. Well, Joe will get over it if you help him. Need some fathers that like, yeah, Joe doesn't, maybe he doesn't get it yet. Maybe he doesn't understand everything here. I mean, I'm not talking really to Joe. I'm just using Joe for an example. But maybe he doesn't see everything. But you know what? I see a structure and a foundation developing in his life, and he's coming somewhere. So I'm just not going to put him in that position. These are all the things I'm saying today. These are all the things that are behind the words that we're reading in these 2 chapters in the Bible. People easily turn to fables, easily buy into other teachings that aren't the right teaching. There has to be a people that stand up and say, hey, I've been in the Word. I've been walking with God. Maybe let Thor go. Go watch the Three Stooges instead. I don't know about the Three Stooges. You know what I mean? Let the fallen angels go. I mean, who knows what they're doing out there? Who knows? I mean, God's got some of them tied up. The Bible says, who knows what's going on in the dark realm? I don't really want to know everything, but I just want to know this. I don't want to be ignorant of his devices.